young Mumbaikars have to spend 9 times their CTC to be able to fully pay off a house.
You have to be rich in order to buy an apartment in Mumbai. Even if you were to buy one bedroom in Andheri West, you wouldn't get it for 1 crore 75 lakhs.
Rafique Merchant is one of Mumbai's most dynamic real estate influencers. With 2 lakh followers on social media and a reputation as a sought-after expert for Mumbai property.
So many societies going for redevelopment, and the demand for rental flats is increasing. In 2020, one bedroom for 25,000 rupees. Today it's gone to एक 4-bedroom apartment था Andheri East में, very close to the airport. Very reasonably priced, around 4.5 CR. And the seller was struggling to sell even at 4 crore 50.
Affordability, the number one complaint that people have against Mumbai real estate. In fact, I was reading this Mumbai real estate report between One Finance and Nuredco that they have co-authored. And evidently, young Mumbaikars have to spend 9 times their CTC to be able to fully pay off a house. And I'm saying CTC, that means not even counting the fact that they have to pay for their roti and kapra and so on and so forth, taxes. What do you think is the prime reason for this unaffordability tag that Mumbai's real estate has?
See, the builder has to pay a lot of premium and they have to pay through the nose, Mubina. So, what happens is if they are making a product which is becoming so expensive at the end of the day, and I've heard, I keep going around to sales offices and I've been around to builders, meeting builders and stuff. What they do is, they've been spending so much money on premium, on everything. So they're not able to pass off any benefit to the customer, to the buyers. So buyers keep, complaining, "Arey, Mumbai has become so expensive and it has become, very hard to live here because the real estate is so high." But the thing is, the cost of production, the cost of, making it and giving it at the end of the day to the buyer, it becomes so expensive that even the developers sometimes don't make money. So ऐसा लगता है कि a lot of people कह रहे, developer is really, milking it. It's not like that at all. It's very hard. It's a very hard life. It's a hard knock life for a developer.
So basically what you're saying is that as opposed to the regular demand supply dynamics that work in real estate markets, it's these premiums that the developers have to pay that's actually causing the prices to go higher, because there are 19 premiums that a Mumbai developer has to pay.
Yeah.
And you compare that to Hyderabad or Bangalore, where it's only 3 and 4 respectively.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got a lot of my buyers, I talk one-on-one with my buyers, my customers. It's not like my staff speaks to them. I first speak to them and I'm in touch with them. And I've been getting a lot of noise that they are all trying to, they can't afford, for example, if you're a lakh rupee job, of course, that's what you said, they will not be able to pay even for the next 18 years, forget about 9 years. So, and all that cost included, the household kharcha, household chores and stuff like that. So, I've been getting a lot of this thing from my buyers from Mumbai that they are going towards the downward migration, not going towards places where it's more inexpensive, where it's affordable, and they're getting bigger spaces and it's affordability and better infra than Mumbai.
So what, according to you, can make Mumbai real estate, and I'm talking about these location-based Mumbai real estate properties, perhaps a bit more affordable?
So first of all, the government has to go soft on these charges, the premium to the developers, because if they have to pay so much for authorities and licenses and permissions and approvals, that at the end of the day, even they are not making any money. So the first thing is the government has to go really soft on it, and stamp duty kam karo, 6%, 6% stamp duty hai. So that will, like 2020, it went to all the way down to 1%. Stamp duty was all the way down to 1% in.
Yeah.
It was like 5, 4, 3. It went descending.
Yeah.
As soon as the government announces tomorrow or tonight that the stamp duty we're reducing from 6 to 3%, you will see the apartments will fly. 3% bhi, 3% also matters a lot.
So let's talk about the returns now. What do you see from investing in a real estate property in Mumbai versus perhaps real estate in other markets of India?
See, I'll break it down very simply for the audience. Actually, if you go to buy in Andheri East, like I went to see an apartment which is on sale in Andheri East, the investor wants to sell after buying in 2018-19. The investor wants to sell it now. Building has been ready since 2018. They bought it. They bought a 2 bedroom for 2 crore 50 lakhs, inclusive of stamp duty, registration, all everything. 2024, they're not even getting 250 at the moment. They're struggling to get that, and they're not enough takers because there's so much supply at the moment. 2018, there was hardly any supply. 6 years down the line, there's plenty of construction, there's plenty of supply, and there's plenty of choices, and the buyers are spoiled for choices. So, if somebody wants to buy something in Mumbai, they are only buying it because they are closer to workplace or they have to be there. Earlier, Mumbai had a charm. Wow, Mumbai, I'm going to live at any cost. Now, Mumbai is a basic essential, like एक as a last resort, I would say कि मुंबई में रहना पड़ेगा क्योंकि I've got my workplace nearby which I can't avoid, which I got my store, my warehouse going on for a long time, stuff like that. So that's what it is. So, but the thing is, Navi Mumbai, Thane, Kalyan, um, all these places, Pune, they are giving good returns even today. So if somebody has to buy, like I was mentioning, even if you were to buy 1 bedroom in Andheri West, you wouldn't get it for 1 crore 75 lakhs. But I will give you a 4.5 bedroom, more than 1200 square feet in Navi Mumbai, just a couple of hours from here while driving, and that too for 1 crore 20 lakhs.
Wow.
With bigger road, with great infra, and the price will appreciate. Your answer to the question, the price will definitely appreciate. Like if you're buying it for 1 crore 20, at the end of like 4 to 5 years, after living there, you will easily sell it for 150, 160. I mean, I'm being modest about that too, because the shift is happening, like I mentioned, from Mumbai to other places, happening big time, and people are discovering other places. Yeah, but it's not like Mumbai's demand is going to come down any moment. But the thing is, um, there's no appreciation at the moment if somebody's going to buy today. Even if they buy under construction, they don't. If you buy under construction in other places like Navi Mumbai, Thane, Kalyan, it's even better as an investor, even as a end user. Great.
But there is still supply coming into areas like Andheri, like you mentioned.
Yeah, there's plenty of supply, to be honest. There's plenty of it. So there's stiff competition. And yeah, it's a bit of struggle at selling, because there's so much of supply. The one of the reasons is redevelopment. There's no land left. So what's happening is, I've heard like 1,000 files are pending of societies for redevelopment to various builders and developers. So many societies going for redevelopment, and the demand for rental flats is increasing, rental apartments, because there is no rental apartment left. The rent, I was I was giving it to rent in 2020, 2018, 2017. 1 bedroom for 25,000 rupees, 1 bedroom for 30,000 in 7 bungalows on Diri West, 4 bungalows, Warsaw. Today it's gone to 1 BHK 50,000 and there's nothing available. That time there was 7 apartments, 6, 7 apartments. You were spoiled for choice. Today you only have one apartment. Mubina, you want it, you take it or leave it. I've got somebody else, because the societies are going for redevelopment massively.
I guess if you already own a property in Mumbai, just stay put, because
You're laughing all the way to the bank.
you're laughing the way to the bank.
When renting. Airbnb you can, but a lot of societies don't allow at the moment, but it will catch up soon in the societies.
Since you brought up the topic of Airbnb, let's talk about that. It's presented as this very lucrative passive income opportunity. You're sitting on a piece of property and there are inquiries coming in on an app. All you have to do is decide whether you want to give it or not. And voila, the money is in your bank, right? So let's talk about that. Is this perception that most people have about Airbnb-ing your properties? It's often used as a verb now. Do you think that's correct or do you think it's a bit overhyped?
Airbnb in Mumbai in India, it's catching up because see, if you go to Dubai and other places like London, it's very easy to find. But Airbnb in Mumbai, it's catching up, and because a lot of societies now are opening up, they're still very strict about it. But it's how it's how your relation to with your society is. But eventually, they are all giving into the idea that Airbnb is a great. Concept as well because you're profiling the client as well. You're profiling people, the tenants who are coming in. Airbnb, the returns are amazing if you're putting it on rent. If you're putting it the same, let's talk about the one bedroom I was talking about. Right now in Andheri, you're giving for 50,000 one bedroom, small, puny, 450 square feet. Airbnb opens up the avenue and gives you 3,000 per day. 3,000 rupees per night, and that gives you, even if you put it on rent for about 20-25 days, so that gives you like one bedroom, you're getting 75,000 rent instead of 50,000.
Let's talk about the location, especially if I'm looking to make an Airbnb investment in a city like Mumbai or Bangalore, Hyderabad. What are the factors you would look at? What would I look at in terms of what's nearby to the property that I'm looking at investing in?
सबसे पहली चीज मुबीना, you have to look at the airport connectivity in Mumbai because you will see a lot of business travelers flying in and out all the time. So I'll give you an example. एक 4-bedroom apartment था अंधेरी ईस्ट में, very close to the airport, okay, just like a kilometer away, and 4-bedroom apartment very reasonably priced, around 4.5 CR. 2 साल पहले की बात है, 2022 की, and the seller was struggling to sell. Very good society, small society with elevator, amazing society. She was struggling to sell even at 4 crore 50. So what happens is that was very close to the airport. If the Airbnb business is prevalent and is made to flourish, then what happens is she would be selling the apartment at 6 CR, non-negotiable. And she had a tough time selling that apartment. And finally, she sold it, not happily at the price that, was being offered. So if you are an investor, the first and foremost is the connectivity of the airport, the metros, and you also have to look at the factors of the business areas. Like if you get to invest in BKC, wow, amazing. Yeah, that's the place where everyone is working, mostly coming to work as well. And even in, Mubina, you'll find the trend that where the business hub is and there's like acres of offices and stuff like that, the residential area around will be very, very cool with the regulations. So residential areas around these corporate hubs are pretty open-minded. If you go to BKC, you go to all these places, Low Parel, they're pretty open-minded. You will find they are literate, and they'll allow you to put it on rent, and that way the property prices are always great for you. Even if you buy, it's not pinching you at a higher price.
In general, what are the mistakes people would make when making Airbnb investments that will cause them to go into a loss in their investment?
See, I mean, it's very easy to talk about, oh, I want to do I'll buy an apartment, do an Airbnb. लेकिन उसको संभालेगा कौन? You'll have to put a full-time caretaker. You have to pay, okay? Secondly, you have to fully furnish the apartment. And third, the wear and tear. And the thing is, every time Airbnb में क्या होता है, एक दिन आया आदमी, उसने flippantly and inadvertently कैसे भी use किया, carelessly, and your sofa is torn, this has happened, that has happened. So the wear and tear is huge. And who is going to manage your property? You're the owner. There's going to be a manager There's going to be a caretaker. Caretaker cannot managing the property, as in doing all the making sure it's put on the portals for rentals, stuff like that. It is there out in the market, and talking to the Airbnb tenant, stuff like that, and the caretaker, stuff like that. So it's going to be a massive expense. And if you are 15 दिन से कम हुआ आपका, गया नहीं एयरबीएनबी पे, तो you'll be saying, अरे यार मैंने फैमिली को दे दिया तो ऐसे चलते थे, मगजमारी है.
What, according to you, which subsector of real estate do you think is going to contribute the most to India's GDP? We have a number over here that says that 13.8% of the GDP is going to come from real estate by 2034.
Wow.
What subsectors do you think and why?
I think, luxury market is also doing pretty good. See, the developer has to have a knack in creating that luxury. You know what I mean? If you are making a luxury apartment of 40, 50 CR, then there's not every time you'll go right. So, but the major chunk, it's the safe way to invest and to make also is the affordability, where, like I mentioned, even a 4 bedroom for 1 crore 20 lakhs in Navi Mumbai. So those kind of, like I said, I just posted a reel that a Navi Mumbai 4.5 BHK apartment is 1 crore 20 lakhs. In 3 days, I got 450 inquiries. I handled all those inquiries and I passed it to my sales team. So the demand is huge. So suppose if everyone ends up buying, it's about 450 crores of business, which will take time in luxury market, making a 400. So, but here everyone's got like 1 crore rupees to invest. So I think this, if you are there in the market, these things are going to give a great impetus in terms of bringing a lot of money, because there are a lot of NRIs also wanting to invest. They're coming back to India, and they're not investing, they're moving back to India, because India is a great space at the moment, with terms of safety, with terms of economy, in terms of you name it and we have it. पहले क्या था, अरे इंडिया में नहीं है, मेरे को वहीं से मिलता है, वहीं मिलता है, वहीं. Now the money is coming back.
So, Rafique, property prices have increased in Mumbai. But unfortunately, in the last decade, the average size of a house that's available, that's been decreasing.
Like income.
Like income. Do you think that's the only area where inflation has not affected the area of the property that you're getting? But do you think that's something that is affecting the willingness of people as well to buy? Maybe they'll just prefer renting and then moving around until they find a better deal.
So see, in Mumbai, when it comes to Mumbai, Mubina, people have to buy, come hell or high water, they have to buy, because there were like 1 bedroom apartment. Pehle, I'll talk about Warsaw again. 1 bedroom apartment at JP Road, Warsaw, in a 40-year-old building. 1 bedroom is 600 square feet, 600 to 650 square feet carpet area, यूजेबल कार्पेट एरिया. आज आप देखने जाओ तो 450 से भी कम 400 कार्पेट एरिया मिलता है. So that's why the increase in demand for houses, why? Because वो 1 bedroom 600 कार्पेट में आप उसको कन्वर्ट करके 2 bedroom में बना सकते थे, तो फैमिली का एडजस्टमेंट हो जाता था. आज 400-300 स्क्वायर फीट में आपको 1 bedroom मिल रहा है, तो आपको शुरू होते ही खत्म हो गया,
has to stay a one bed.
हाँ. तो basically now they see people want their own personal space. So that's why one of the things is, if you want to pay, you have more carpet area, you pay for it. वैसा हो गया, it's like a premium on the carpet area. It's not like you're complaining about the carpet area and you want to pay less and you want to have a bigger carpet area, because you even in the earlier times they had paid for that, but of course the inflation was less, and there was less of expenses and stuff like that. So but now you're paying for what you're getting, actually, basically. So that's what I'm saying is, people are making wise investment where they're getting more spaces for lesser amount of price, and they have to forget where they were living earlier, कि मैं यहीं पैदा हुआ था, यहीं बड़ा हुआ, लेकिन now the new places are also giving them a new feel and bigger. See, eventually people want space, and if you don't have the money to buy, then you will go and buy where it is available, actually. So if you're complaining that पहले 1 BHK 700 कारपेट था, अभी 400 हो गया, 300 हो गया. So everything has gone up significantly, and so should your purchasing capacity. Because if you're not able to, because if you have stayed there in your income and stuff like that, if you haven't become rich, you have to be rich in order to buy an apartment in Mumbai. You know what I mean? Like if you want to buy, if you, and then you can command whatever you want. If you are not, then you'll have to compromise and go where, you know, where you can, where you're being pampered at other micro markets.
Can you define what is rich if I want to buy a property in MMR in Mumbai?
See, if you are able to buy a property, एक 1 bedroom भी आप खरीद रहे हो 1,75 में, जो पहले 1,10 में मिलता था, 2018 की बात है, तो आप rich ही हो, to be honest. You know, you're rich because there are so many people living in the same society in Andheri, and they're not able to buy another apartment without thinking कि हम लोग को एक 20 किलोमीटर दूर जाना पड़ेगा. So you are rich because you are coming, buying an apartment, and then if you're buying another apartment of 1 bedroom in the same society, तो आप लोगों की नज़र में आ जाओगे, अरे वाह, दूसरा भी अपार्टमेंट खरीद लिया इसने. Whereas we are thinking कि हमारे 4 मेंबर है, 4 अफराद है घर में, वो हम लोग सब एक्सपैंड होके कहाँ जाएंगे, कहाँ लेंगे स्पेस, हम लोग को तो दूर जाना पड़ेगा, मुमरा, मीरा, भाईंदर या wherever. So that's what it is basically. So I think even if you are buying a 1 bedroom apartment twice in the same society in Andheri, forget about Bandra, तो super rich हो गया, तो you are rich. Absolutely, you are rich.
So 1.5 crore and you're a rich person in Mumbai.
You are indeed, absolutely.
All right, Rafique, it's been great and a very insightful conversation. Thank you so much.
अफलातून टाइम था एकदम.
Well, Mumbai real estate market is definitely an unaffordable one, not thanks to the premiums that developers have to pay to the government. If those come down, maybe property prices may become a bit more affordable. And then, of course, the 3 most important things to look at before you buy a property: location, the brand that's developing the property, and also parking, something that we tend to overlook. And finally, of course, before making any such decision, it's always important to consider the opinion of a professional. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Temperament. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on Personal Finance TV's YouTube channel. We'll be back with a brand new episode very soon.